He says he couldn't believe his eyes. Tonight, the I-Team is hearing from a man who witnessed the shocking moment a Jacksonville police officer punches a woman in handcuffs.
She punched her in the gut once, punched her in the chest area about twice, and the last strike, he hit her in the mouth. And at this point, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe it.
He called the I-Team hotline after he saw the woman telling her story exclusively to News4Jax.
Everyone was so cavalier about it afterwards, too. It happens all the time. Like, you just fix your uniform and go back to reading your paper. Like, that's really inhumane.
That man who witnessed that is Lucius Richardson, and he says he watched helplessly as Officer Akanyemi Borisati punched that woman, Myra Martinez.
Borsatti was fired almost immediately, but Richardson says the other officers in the video should also be held accountable. The I-Team's Jim Pickett joins us live now from JSO headquarters with what else this witness had to say. Jim.
You know, this all happened behind me at the jail here in the Sallyport. I want to show you this video one more time, but when we're doing this, take a look at the man in the basketball jersey. That is Lucius Richardson, and he was being held there. He was arrested that night, being arrested on a parole violation and for driving with a suspended license. So he watched as all of this went down. But when he was released from jail just a few days ago, he called our I-Team because he wanted to tell his story.
I see them getting into it, and at this point, I'm like, oh, this can work out one or two ways. It can go good for them, or it can go bad for all of us.
Richardson watched the video with us and described what was happening. He said words were being exchanged, and that's when it all went down.
Myra attempted to kick the cop. Yes, I will indeed say that. But again, I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. She barely brushed the man with her foot.
But that's when Richardson said it went bad, and he was surprised what happened.
She punched her in the gut once, punched her in the chest area about twice, and the last strike, he hit her in the mouth. And at this point, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know what's going on.
Richardson says even though he was handcuffed, he wanted to step in.
I thought about jumping in and trying to prevent it, but again, I think we all know how that would have played out.
But he says what happened next is what really upsets him.
The way she hit her head is on pure concrete. She lost consciousness and fell, and her head hit the concrete with a thud.
In the video, you see Martinez sit herself back up, and that's where the video JSO released ends. Richardson picks it up from that point.
She was knocked out. She stayed down there probably about 7 to 10 minutes. Paramedics came. They revived her with smelling salts. It took about 3 to 4 minutes to revive her with the smelling salts because she was still knocked out. It took them time to regain her consciousness. And once she regained consciousness, she was asking what happened.
And now Richardson says he wants something to be done, particularly to the other officers just seen standing around.
I feel like all 3 cops in that vicinity should have something should be done. There's no way you can sit there and watch a female get beat up.
Now, the sheriff says they are continuing this investigation, and we've asked for more of that video to see exactly what happens after she collapsed and what if that is exactly what took place at that point. Now, coming up all new tonight at 10, I also just received the personnel files for Officer Borsatti and another officer who responded to the Scores nightclub. We'll show you what it says about them. We're live downtown, Jim Pickett, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Jim. And if you have a story for the I-Team, we'd like to hear from you. Call the I-Team at 479-NEWS or send an email to iteam@news4jax.com.